Robson, welcome on this program called Stars. Usually when we start with our guests, we ask them usually about their life, how they started with soccer. I'm sure you've started kicking the ball at a very early age. Can you just tell us how did you start with football?
Yeah, from when I can remember, when I was a young boy, there was always photos of me kicking a ball about, outside my grand's house. And then it went from there. As soon as I went to school and there was a school team at my age group, which was under 8s, I started playing for the school team. Then I joined the Scouts, if you know what the Scouts are. And I only joined the Scouts because they had a football team. And I wanted to play for the football team because a few of my teammates did. So it progressed from there. And then when I was 13-year-old, I was playing for the school team. And after the game, went home with me mum and dad. We were sitting having lunch, and there was a knock on the door, and it was a Burnley scout from the football club saying that they would like to take me down to Burnley for trials in the school holiday. Then there was a few more clubs came in for me, and I ended up at West Bromwich Albion, but that's what I wanted to do, you know. When I went to watch Newcastle, because that was the team I supported, Newcastle United, when I was watching them, I just thought that's what I would love to do, be a professional footballer. And very fortunately, it turned out that way for me.
That's good. Bryan, from West Bromwich, you've ended up with a great team called Manchester United. You had so successful years there. You played for them for nearly 13 years. So just tell us, how was that experience with Man United?
Well, it was great. I had a great time at West Bromwich Albion. They were very good. They gave me a great footing within football, you know, good habits of how to be a top player. And then when I joined Manchester United, it was different. Just the charisma of Manchester United throughout the world. The expectations playing for Manchester United, because it wasn't just about going out and enjoying your football. You had to go out, enjoy your football, but you also had to win. You know, and unfortunately Ron Atkinson found that out, because we won the FA Cup twice under Ron, but the league title was the one that everybody wanted at Old Trafford when I first went there. And so unfortunately Ron moved on, and then Sir Alex Ferguson came in, and thankfully he did, because I won a lot more trophies when Sir Alex came in. But it's just a fantastic club to play for. You know, people say that a big club can't be a family club, but it can, and that's how I found it. The fans have been fantastic with me throughout the years, so I've really enjoyed my time at Manchester United, and that's why I'm back there working, you know, as a global ambassador at the moment, because of the enjoyment I have around the club.
You've played under the leadership of two great managers, Ron Atkinson and Sir Alex Ferguson. So tell us what's the difference between the two?
Well, I think Ron Atkinson was that little bit more flamboyant. He loved his football just the way Sir Alex does and did. You know, but Ron was more off the cuff. He wanted the players to really enjoy the training. He wanted them to really enjoy the matches. But Sir Alex came in and he was more disciplined with the players. The players had to do exactly what he wanted, rather than just be a little bit off the cuff. Then his sort of planning towards the opposition was a lot more in detail than sort of Ron Atkinson. You know, so I think that's why Sir Alex got more success. You know, but also the type of squad that he pulled together as well. When we were with Ron Atkinson, it was a lot smaller squad, and so if we got any injuries, we didn't do quite so well when we were competing against the teams like Liverpool, where when Sir Alex came in, he built a squad, so when you got suspensions or injuries, the team kept winning games, and that's what brought them great success.
Do you think David Moyes is he following the same path of those two great managers who coached Man United?
I think David will. I mean, when the new manager comes in, it always takes a little while to settle in. He's got to get used to the players have got to get used to the way he wants to work. He'll probably want to change things around slightly. I don't think there'll be overall changes, but I think he'll slightly want to change things around. So the players have got to adapt to that as well. But I'm sure that David Moyes will be very successful. He's very studious, he's very serious about his football. He works tremendously hard. And I think it'll just take him a little while to get a balanced squad to what he wants.
Bryan, you have won a lot of trophies with Man United, and also you have won the Cup Winners' Cup with them in '91 against a great team called Barcelona. So take us back to history and then tell us how was the atmosphere then, before and after the game of Barcelona?
Well, I think in 1990 that was a good success in the FA Cup final because Sir Alex was under a bit of pressure. He'd brought quite a few young boys in who were just settling into Manchester United, and we won that trophy.